Gotta take a risk somehow. Oh my, everything's changing. New life, new love, I'm aging.
What is up, guys? It is your subjectively favorite producer, Wow Eli, coming back with another beat breakdown. I know it's been a fat minute, but I'm finally coming back with another one. And I know there's a lot of songs that I've missed that I need to catch up with, but you know, it just is what it is. Anyways, I just had a new song drop with my boy Jude Barclay called Who Am I? And it's a super vibe, and it's honestly really simple, which is kind of why I wanted to make a beat breakdown to show you guys how you can have a really simple beat that just sounds really good and gives the artist room to work on. So, if you don't already follow me and Jude on socials, I'm going to put our tags here on the screen and in the description so you can follow us, keep up, you know what I'm saying. So since it's a simple beat, I'm going to make this a fast video, so let's go ahead and get into it. You know what I'm saying. So the first step to making this beat was having a fantastic guitar, fantastic melody to carry it. Usually when I make guitar beats, a lot of times when I make guitar beats, it sounds weird to me. Guitar. Anyway, so this dude named Sebastian, go show him love. He is like one of the dopest sample makers. This loop came from his pack called US Bangers Dose. And not only does he have great sounding samples, but he includes the MIDI files for like the chords and the bass notes. So if you don't even know music theory, you can use the MIDI files he gave you to make sure that your bass and your chords, if you want to add anything, that they're all in key, which is super helpful. Let's listen to this dope guitar melody made by Sebastian. When I originally made this beat, it was more of like an R&B type feel, but knowing Jude's style, he wanted to opt more towards the hip-hop pop sound. I'll probably show you guys the original beat someday, but for now, I'm gonna go over the drums for the official version that just released today. So we got the guitar, and then I got the stems for him so that I could arrange it. Next things that were added are the hi-hats and the clap, because those are super simple. So here's the hi-hat pattern. Just two steps, except for a little roll right before the last measure. Each one of these lower hi-hats, that's where the clap hits, that's where the accent snare hits, and that's where another clap hits. All these are doing is helping accentuate the bounce created by the other drums I added. Super simple, not overdone, especially for like rap pop type songs. You don't need to go crazy with the hi-hats. If I had like a million rolls in here and like just stuff going everywhere, it'd probably get too annoying. And then, you know, we got the clap, even simpler. Easy. Once we got the hi-hats and the clap, we got two accent snares, I guess you could call them. They're in the exact same places. I just had two different sounds just to add some variety. An Amazon Prime perk and a snare. So that's an example of how you can keep something simple, but having the two different sounds just gives it some variety so it's not insanely repetitive. Here is what all the simple drums sound like together without the bass. That's all you need. And the reason why we don't need a lot is because we already have a great guitar melody. So as a producer with this type of beat, our job is to bring the guitar melody to its full potential. You don't want to distract from the guitar with too much drums. So that's why I'm keeping it simple, because I'm trying to complement the guitar, not take away from it. By the way, all these drum sounds that I'm using are from an Internet Money Kit, Repco 10K. Usually whenever I make rap pop type beats, I use Internet Money Kits just because they have good sound selection for those types of beats. The last two things are the sub bass or synth bass and then the 808s, and I switch back and forth between them. Here's what the sub bass sounds like by itself. So the bass line is F sharp to E to B to D to E. F sharp, E, B, D, E. Again, I kept it simple but did little things to add variety. So when it goes down to B the first time, I added a slide note up here so that it starts at B3 but it slides up to B4. So you can hear it goes to a higher pitch, but then the second time when it goes down to B, I kept it low down there. So the first time it hits B, it's in a higher octave. The second time it hits B, it's in a lower octave. So it's hitting the same note, just different octaves. That's a good way to keep it simple, but add variety. And you can see I chopped up the D and E notes here at the last measure. I felt like that added just a tiny bit of like rhythm at the end and made it feel like it was like a bass line being played on a bass guitar. I'll let you hear it again. So yeah, I like that little part right there. So there's the bass line that was used for kind of like a pre-hook into the drop of the beat. When you're making rap pop type beats, it usually works well to have a synth bass or a sub bass in the pre-hook or the intro, and then when the beat drops, it changes to an 808. It's just a pretty good formula that works, and a lot of people like the sound. I think it sounds pretty nice, so whenever I make rap pop, I usually use a synth bass and an 808. So here's what the 808 sounds like. Again, it's the same notes. It's even simpler than the sub bass was. Here it is. And the kick to go along with the 808, super simple as well. Like, I wasn't trying to do anything crazy with the kick. It was just keeping the rhythm. And here's what it sounds like. So it's just the same bounce over and over. That's kind of the key with rap pop type beats. It's like kind of repetitive because the point is to be catchy. So here's what all the drums sound like together, going from the sub bass into the drop with the 808s. One of the last things I'll talk about is the transitions. For like the big drop from the pre-hook into the hook, from the sub bass into the 808s, I have a downer, and then I have a reverse cymbal and a normal cymbal, and the sound that I use in basically every beat. You can hear how all these sound together. It helps the beat move from one section to the other. I only used the downer on like the big drops. In most other places, I just had like the whoosh and the cymbal. Maybe the reverse cymbal too. A big part about having simple beats that sound good is little ear candy stuff like that. It just shows that you pay attention to detail. Okay, I gotta record this quick. My camera's about to die. Last thing I did was I added a low pass filter at the beginning of the beat so that the beat fades in nicely. And then when it drops from the hook into the second verse, I added the filter again for some diversity. And then at the end as it fades out. So yes, that is the beat for Who Am I, Jude Barclay, and Wow Eli. Go ahead, check that song out. I put the links in the description. Spotify, Apple Music, it's out everywhere. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys learned something from this. And if you didn't, I hope you at least enjoyed listening to me talk and seeing my pretty face. I need to do these videos more often. I'll be back eventually. Hope you don't miss me too much. Have a great day. Peace.